of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need? To be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads. Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown? To worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne.
Good evening and welcome to an A.H.A.D moment, the calm before the storm. I'm your host, Minister Idris Taha, and with me we have Lord Holy-Apostle Deen, the Holy Queen Mother Rabbi Saleem. We're missing our brother and co-host, Brother Fakir Ahezaah, but we wish to send the Lord's peace and the blessing be with him about his presence. It's good to be here with the Holy Apostle, Holy Queen, because Ahezaah gives so much of its wisdom through the Holy Apostle and how he brings forth the Lord's message in such clarity. One of the beauty of Ahezaah sending out his word today is that it is clear. And one of the books that Ahezaah sent down is this precursor, for example, that we have on our table. Ahezaah brings such clarity of its message. And people of the world today who fight the truth, to understand it, Ahezaah's word is not obscured, it's not construed. The path that is sent down is for clear guidance. What the problem is being time with the people of the world is that their minds are all messed up, and the world is such in a crazy state that it's in today that they cannot hear the Lord's words or even read it when they read the books. So with that being said, I think Holy Apostle was mentioning something earlier about people debating, because I had a conversation, and it goes in line with this topic should be about. I was in the barbershop with my sons on the weekend, and a brother just found some information concerning eating shrimp and lobster, seafood that's in the book of Leviticus, the law. And he must have got this from his minister in his church. And he came and wanted to beat the Muslims down in this conversation. See, the Muslims always talking about the swine flesh. But what about them eating shrimps and lobster? Because the Lord said they're scavengers. I said, I'm listening to the brothers he's talking. And I said, you all right. But the Lord said, don't eat the swine flesh. And that's in the law, the book of Leviticus. But I said, everybody want to clean everybody else's house. I said, how many Christians know that? Because they've been Red Lobster and all the seafood places as well, eating the same seafood. But the point he was trying to make was that he must have got this information. And I said, this has always been in the book. Swine flesh has been in the book. I said, the one that you call your Lord and Savior, Jesus, never ate swine flesh. So why you want to beat the Muslims down about eating a pig? Because we've been tricked for 500 years as part of slavery that they gave us the worst of the food to eat, that we eat the swine now. And then you go behind Paul, quoting the lie of Paul, and saying that he had this vision that said everything became lawful to eat. I said, no, see, that's how they tricked everybody in Christianity, saying that Jesus, you never read the holy books himself about Jesus, especially in the New Testament, of Jesus ever eating swine.
Or saying it was good to eat.
Right, but his thing was to try to show, I'm one up on you now, and I'm now going to browbeat every Muslim. So the thing about debating is that people want to, instead of going out hitting everybody else's house, why not start with the Lord give you it's true in your house, clean the house of yourself, and then outside the extension of that. So, Holy Apostle, Holy Queen.
Let me just say this here, if you start cleaning up your house, if you take your time and clean up your house, then you won't have to go outside yourself to clean up nobody else's house.
Right.
Your cleaning up will automatically extend to the outside of your being, where people will see you in your house cleaned up, and they'll take that as an example. That's an old saying. You can't get flies with vinegar, but you can get it something like that.
Okay.
Let me not try to quote these old folks, because she's good for that. I'm not good for it. You see how I got lost right away? It's better to get airplanes with vinegar. It's something flying, But
you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink.
Okay. All I know is donkeys are smarter than horses when they lead them, because they ain't letting you lead them nowhere,
right?
Unless they want to go, But whole thing about debating is really a thing of the devil.
Yeah.
Because our Lord has told us, and not just the Muslims, but people that came in the path of the way before it was called Islam, let them be their way. Be at peace. To you be your way, and to me be mine. Those are the commandments on us. not to fight in war and try to force people to become of our way. And Muhammad is a fallacy about Muhammad. Muhammad did not go out to war and kill people and beat people up and make them become of Islam. The companions of Muhammad, or I should say the descendants of Muhammad, did that after Muhammad passed. See, they came to Mecca to take the Holy Kaaba back and put it in its rightful place. They didn't come to beat the people down and make them submit to Islam. There's many stories about Muhammad. People became Muslim or believing Muslims because a Muslim is a servant. People became servants of Islam because Muhammad didn't force them. You know, so, you know.
Well, it's something, because I had a similar experience yesterday. I was at Marshall's in Hanover, and I was shopping with my children, and I ran into a couple of people that I knew from the past. I was having a conversation. As soon as they walked away, employee came up to me and said, I want to know how to approach Muslim. Me being in another state of mind, I didn't even think in terms of what she was really talking about. And I told her, well, you know, if you're interested in Islam, I always tell people don't go by somebody else's thoughts on Islam. I said, you know, I'll give you my number, get a Quran, and start from there. And she said, no, I am a devout Christian. And I said, oh, okay. You know, and she said, we believe the same, except you don't believe that Jesus is the Son and the Savior. And I said, oh, no, I don't. And she went on. I said, no. I said, you know, y'all have all this falsehood going on. You know, we went on for about 2 minutes of that. And I said, okay, well, she said, and Jesus is coming back. I said, okay, give me a call when he comes back. You know? And, you know, she went on there. I said, give me a call. I didn't give her my number, but I said, if you call me, I can hear you. Just call me when he come back. And I walked away. And I said, see, I wasn't there trying to give her Islam or anybody else. I was there shopping, you know, trying to be at peace. But a lot of people don't understand this here. If you truly believe that you're right in your way, what interest of yours should you have with someone else that think they're right in their way? People should be left alone to be right or wrong.
And also, if you believe that the Lord is the master of all worlds, the Lord of all the universes, and has control of all things, and that it is ever present, all knowing, all seeing, all hearing, then what is it your business to make someone else surrender to it when it has the power? You know, we got people out here in the world, man, preaching down on people, you know, assaulting them in the street. But Allah says, has said through Prophet Muhammad in the Holy Quran, they say that they're peacemakers and they're seekers of peace, but they are troublemakers. They are troublemakers, you know, and they weren't just talking about the people that call themselves Muslims, you know, it was people who call themselves of all the different names of religion that they place on themselves.
And you know, being, you know, people always say, I know to me, are your children Muslim? And I said, for the most part, yeah, you know, but I have children that's not practicing Islam, you know. I said, but I have children that's very, you make them know. No, I'm a true believer that when a child is under your care, is in your care, and live underneath your roof, then they should live by your rules. They shouldn't be able to live in your home and create their own set of rules. You know, and that's respect. When you get to the point where you
law and order.
Yeah, you get to the point where you can't abide my rules, then it's time to go on your own. But even with children, people have to understand, a lot of people, it amazes me from time to time because I forget how disrespectful people are. You know, even down to your relatives and everybody. If you don't bother people, they have a problem. People wants to be bothered. And they want to bother you, and they get disturbed if you don't bother them.
Well, look at the Muslims. Look at the Muslims who has a habit, and I'm talking about, I've seen this from here to Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania. I've seen it in different states, down south of Florida, in Atlanta. Well, not Atlanta. I ain't been to Atlanta yet. But I've seen it in these different places, man, where you could be talking, and because you mention the name of Allah, a stranger, Muslim who don't know you, will come up and jump into your conversation as though they have a right. They got some kind of law or something, some claim on the name of Allah in your conversation.
Yeah.
You know, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
That is very wrong. But you know, I've been through a lot, you know, and for the past 40 years or so, you know, when it comes to Islam, dealing in these different circles and what have you. And now, I for some reason, I must have snapped or something, because I get into the thing where I go back into the language of my people that I used to speak.
Okay.
You know, I fast forward what's going on when these people come to me, whether they be so-called Muslim or Jew or Christian or whatever. It don't matter what they are, because I bow to no man, no woman, no child. I bow to Ahezaah. You understand? But I snap, crackle, and pop, man, and I speak that language, man, that I know best. Okay. And those religious people, they call it, they think that it's evil, you know?
Right.
But Allah commands us to speak the language of our people.
Right.
And when I get vulgar, out of order, they call it cursing.
Right.
You know, because I say some people better than me, man. I can't tolerate people coming and assaulting me. You want to assault me with your language? You want to assault me? Right. And I'm at peace and I'm not bothering you? Don't mess with me and use my Lord's name, my Lord's religion. I snap, crackle, pop, and, you know, me come out.
Well, I have to laugh because you don't do a good job of cursing. So
that's all right.
Really not your language.
Maybe that's why they leave me alone. They say, this nigga cursing strange.
He do proper.
I will F you down instead of F you up. I will F you across. Sideways.
he do proper cursing. But I know
she
that
always say I can't curse. I gotta practice.
But I know that even he was talking about how he go on an attack, and some people did, like, he said he just goes on an attack. I know that we experienced that about 3 weeks ago. My daughter was addressing someone that had did us wrong, and the person, she comes hard. Yeah. She comes hard. That's just her. Right. But then the lady brought up religion. Yeah. You supposed to be Muslim. Lord, my daughter jumped to try to leap and grab the lady, and the son had to pick up and carry out like an infant.
That sounds like me.
And people will say, how can you Muslims act like this? Or how can you say you believe in the Lord? And that's one of the things the lady said to me. But people use religion. Yeah. And want to put us in a box of
try to strap
timid,
you down. Try to strap you down.
And one that's going to let you walk all over us. Mm-hmm. Turn the other cheek. You can run out of cheeks. You run out of cheeks. Trust me, I only know of 4. Yeah. So they really try to abuse.
They do.
Abuse us with, you supposed to be Muslim.
Yeah.
And I can see how somebody want to kick somebody's throat in for that. Because you at the top of your level already with anger.
Well, after you get that so much for so many years from people, it wears thin on you. As soon as you see it coming or hear it coming, it's like, boom, not again. You know? Yeah, I'm supposed to be Muslim, and I'm going to put you in this invisible square ring, and we going to box. I'm going to knock your behind out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With some truth.
Right.
And
people are very abusive.
Well, and it's not just people of opposing, so-called opposing religions. Right. It's people that supposedly read the same books you read, bow down to the same Lord. People just try to strap you down, man. Like I said, I don't want any of my children to be tied down by the language of religion, because people, they don't be representing Allah, they represent the devil. They use the names of Allah. Right. But they be representing the devil. They come and try to intimidate you or strap you down. You know what I'm saying? And you got leaders of various religions, man. Ministers, imams, sheikhs, they all do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They throw Allah at you like it's a rock.
Yeah. Even in the school, you say, well, I taught my child, if someone hit him back, and then tell the teacher, oh, well, you're supposed to be Muslim. You're supposed to be religious. What that got to do with right and wrong? In my religion, standing in my way of life, someone hit you, you're supposed to hit them back.
I'm not doing this because I am Muslim.
You know?
Right.
And they want to...
I'm not sucker.
Right. They want to...
What's your religion? Sucker.
And that's because a lot of scary cat people hide behind religion.
Yeah.
You know, they the
Yeah.
toughest person holding the holy
So many timid people do fall into religion. It's a strange thing, it's a paradox. Some of the great warriors refuse to surrender to Allah.
Right.
And then most of the timid people, they fearful and they look for something to help them against what they fear in the world, whether it be people, places, or things. Right. And they surrender to Allah. They surrender more easily. But some of them become abusive and abrasive because they think that that's power. Mm-hmm. They think that people who got a lot of heart and who may not even use their intellect properly but be more aggressive, they think that's right and that's strength, but it's not right and it's not strength. Right. I had to learn myself as I was growing up because I was fast to jump and hit. You know, I had no tolerance. But I had to learn that's not strength. It's more strength for me to maintain my patience and step back and think and utilize wisdom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that made me strong. I still got the same heart where I could snap, crackle, and pop in 5 seconds and jump at you. Anybody could do that. Mm-hmm. But my thing is hold back and wait and be patient because Allah may show you a way in wisdom to either help somebody or to keep them off of you.
My brother, I talked to a brother that's interested in coming this way just the other day.
Okay.
And he had a situation that he got fired from his job. And he was telling me that now the employer want to take back his unemployment money because they said they didn't fire him. So I said, he said, I got a labor lawyer, and I said, it's good. I said, but one thing you remember, when you're going dealing with them, say looking for the average brother coming in, wow, man, you got to fall back and think. Yeah. And they don't know how to take you now because you go in there, because most brothers get emotional. You can't go in emotion, make it business, never make it that personal, so you can go in there and tear things up. They said, see, we got it. Yeah. And so I said, you have to think. So he said, I thank the Lord you told me because I said, because when you come like that, they don't know how to deal with you. And how you come at you. He said, wait a minute, he ain't the average. I said, yeah, he was the average brother that would normally go in there and bust the place up. Because they're doing an injustice to you now. They fired, now they say they didn't fire you. Now they want to take back the money that you already got, you received already from unemployment. Now they want to charge him with that and make them pay him back. Back. The money, But this message of Ahezaah sends down is very important because one thing about this message here, he had the Lord's words within his being. He give forth of his Lord's wisdom. But never time I've been with him, and those whose community can bear witness that he's never gone out there to assault anyone. No. The only time I either manifest when those who try to assault him are saying what he is not or what he's not called to do.
Or threaten me in any kind of way.
Right. But people of religion many times they become the worst. Like you said, the timid people. Yes. They become the worst. Yeah. The self-righteous, to beat you down, and they want to hold you accountable. Then that's why I said when the brother mentioned about the swine, I said, wait a minute, why you want to jump on? Again, your book say that's for you as well. So everybody wants to point the fingers out like, he's always telling us, never point that one back, And it's time in this day and time that the charge is being called that he's just pointing his finger to the world now and saying that you are held accountable now for disobeying what I've sent down as a mercy and a grace to you to come back to me in this land while you're here. But the world now is being shown the signs of disaster, the signs of the times that's being manifested. That Jesus said, I'm displeased with everyone. Right. And the sign of his mercy having the messenger here now is the fact that it's giving that opportunity, that respite time, as it says in his holy books, to turn back to his way before the great and dreadful day, because then we're living in that hour. And people of religion don't want to recognize that this is the hour of the day, we're living in the time, and that they need to know that before the day is over, that the Lord is real.
Prophet Muhammad prophesied that in this day and time, which most people don't believe that this is the hour, right? That he didn't actually know when it would be. Said that great numbers of his people will be going in the way of the Antichrist, the way of the Dajjal, much more than in the early days. Yes. And that's what's happening today, And people of religion, man, they they let the politicians and people in secret organizations that's outright antichrist, they let them abuse the names of the Lord Most High, misuse the names of the Lord Most High on their behalf and representing them, and let them go to war and saying that, like, what's going on in Iraq or in the other place, this is a holy war. It's no holy war. It's a war between the devil and the devil.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The holy war between the Allah's people, our men's people, and the people of the devil. Man, our men's people were so minute that you don't even know where they at.
Yeah.
These people over here call themselves Christians. Come on. Yeah. You know they don't bow down to the way of Jesus or John.
No.
They don't even want to recognize John
at all.
You know, and then they want to deify Jesus and make him something other than what he was.
Right.
The same as the Muslims want to deify Muhammad and at the same time push him aside for the companions. All this those are not the people or the prophets.
Yeah.
Those people are people of the world that have fallen. And they all, look how the politicians now, they so easily to throw up the God this and God that. And you know they don't believe in the Lord. If they believed in the Lord, they could not live under the Constitution of the United States of America or any other constitution of these governments throughout the world. They couldn't do it.
No.
Because they know the evil in it.
Yeah. They
know them as the injustice of the governments, local, state, and federal.
Yeah.
They see the uneven hands of justice.
Right.
They see the racism and inequalities on all levels.
Oh yeah.
And look how Obama, the new president, told his minister, regardless of what his minister was about, hey, see you later, buddy.
Yeah.
Because this is greater than your God.
Yeah.
I gotta be president.
How many people saw that? You know,
they ain't paying attention to that. They said, oh, his minister got out of order. Wait a minute, he's supposed to be believing his minister represented the Lord, right?
But he was the only one that said that. It was a statement a while ago that Farrakhan had made about saying, I wouldn't make a statement about whatever because it's Obama's time, so I would have held my mouth. Wait a minute now.
Who was he? He's none but an imitator of Elijah.
So now you want away from. So now
I said imitator. Imitation is not like the genuine.
Right. So now you've been going away from truth and falsehood now. So now in the world, like these situations going around the world, you know, as much as racism takes place in the United States of America and around the world, you know, a lot of people are quick to jump on, and instead of jumping on the true situation of the right and wrong of issues, they jump on the color bandwagon first, and then right and wrong becomes second or even third or even if at all come down the line. When the message is, when I just send out his word, I just dealing in right and wrong, not about color. Not in color. Allah says in the Holy Book that it's not respect of colors. If you right with Allah, and this message being a sign of Allah in this hour of the day, it's calling the world to this covenant, this agreement in this hour of the day, regardless of what color you are, but the grace has been given to the people of color first, African Americans first. But they have turned away as allegiance, and Allah is taking them down now. As a sign of them turning away. So now when other people come, you can't get mad. Like Allah explained to us in a couple of shows before, when Allah said the exclusivity of the people that had the covenants, the Hebrews, then the Muslims or the Arabs, and making it there, then they treat everyone as second and third class citizens. Now who are they? Now they have been going against the covenant Allah has established with them. Now making it, this is mine. So when do people understand now that Allah is calling now for justice and truth and righteousness in this hour of the day, not about colors and parties and line, because that's what keeps us divided. As part of, again, the debate what's going on in the world today. This is one part of this sect or section. They sisters see each other in the street, brothers in the street, don't give the salams, wish I eat peace upon each other. Wait a minute, but we said we believe in the same Allah. But obviously we don't, because the sign is shown that because you don't go to my masjid, or you don't go to my church, or you don't go to my...
In other words, you don't go to my building.
So I see you, and I see them turn each other
head.
You
don't hang out with my clan. You don't to know what we talking about and agree with us.
Exactly.
You know, but let me just say this here. People think that Mr. Obama becoming president, the first black, actually the second African American president, because we had an African American president that was in there for 2 days. You know, way back when, I forget his name. But he had to take over. That's why they have, from what I understand, they have inauguration at a certain time where it won't overlap the weekend. You understand?
Right.
But people think that is a sign of us being successful and moving up.
Yeah.
What it is the jinn now have wrapped our people up for real.
Yeah.
As to where we have no need to have faith in the Lord now.
There you go.
Because we get our success. Every day, Martin Luther King, a man coming from the cloth, from religion.
Right.
How do we end up in politics?
Right.
Now, I just want to say that what it is, Obama being more than a sign of our success, is a sign of our destruction.
Right.
Yes.
The Lord has said, okay, now, because you know when I told you some years back when it said it was angry with our people now, and then it took out Louisiana.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Let him be president. I'm going to let the world know all y'all together. This thing of Allah calling us and calling our people started with Noble Ali and Elijah.
Right.
Okay? And we had other people of other religions talking about the Back to Africa movement and stuff, but Allah didn't mean that for us. It ain't no Back to Africa for us, because that's like I always said, where we going back to Africa?
Right.
Who want us in Africa?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The Lord said that, told Muhammad to tell his people that if they did what the people who did before him, not just the Christians, but the people of the book before him, and that was many different religious people, past, in all the nations of the world over there in the east and in the north. Said if they did what those people did, then it would create a new people. It created us a new people.
Yes.
Now, the world don't want to recognize that we are new people. Our own people don't want to recognize that we are new people. We so hard on trying to become the Caucasian that we can't see that we are a new created people that the Lord was talking about. Now, when it called us through Elijah, it fulfilled what was in Malachi, and they know there's certain people, the devil know that was being fulfilled about Malachi, about Elijah.
That's right.
Right? Now, our people rejected it just as hard or more so than any other people.
Yeah.
Rejected him.
Yeah.
And then they want to act as though he was calling us to evil and hate and fight. He was calling us to war against our own selves.
Right.
So that we could learn to love ourselves and love each other. We had to first learn, now how you going to love the world if you can't love yourself?
Right.
We had to first learn to love ourselves. How could you be prepared to uphold the scepter of grace from the Lord if you can't uphold your own house?
Right.
So Allah gave us a chance to be prepared as a people to be chosen. Our people rejected that, and as soon as Elijah died, as soon as he passed, as soon as Allah took him away, everybody went running. Farrakhan wanted to be a leader. Simon Allah want to be a leader. Elijah's son want to be. Everybody want to be the leader, knowing that they wasn't spoken of in any book, any covenant, about being the chosen one. But yet and still, they wanted to be. So they took it upon themselves to form their own cults, their own factions, their own religion. Now you can't even identify Elijah's people through Farrakhan. Those are Farrakhan's people now.
Right.
You understand? And the thing about it is that all Allah was doing was preparing us so that we could service the whole world. And we have fallen for the trick of the devil. And we accepted those who say turn the other cheek. Now I'm opening the door to let one of your color come in and associate him with you, even though he don't have a drop of blood in him that states slavery.
Right.
He don't have a mentality in him, in his genes of slavery. He is not one of the Negro Americans.
Who of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right?